Hey guys, I want to say welcome to my first virtual group. It's something that I've been talking about for a while, and it's been a long time coming, but we finally here. I wanted to follow my son's lead and not procrastinate and not wait. It's no better time than right now. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into my first group. As the channel grows and I get better with my production, I'll do a video on, how I became Recovery Lord. That's my the name that I operate under when I'm doing substance use disorder groups. I'm a substance use disorder counselor. So I do groups Monday through Friday, and I get a lot of good reviews and feedback from my clients who always say, "Man, I wish my sister could hear this. I got a cousin that I really need to hear this." So I'm doing this so it can be shared. Recovery can be shared with people. So what I always do is I start all my groups out with just for today. This is the just for today right here. um, this is the paperback. You could get this on Amazon, but it's also an app you can download on your phone. So let's go ahead and read today's just for today for February 21st. Is personality change was what we really needed. Change from self-destructive patterns of life become necessary. In early life, most of us were capable of joy and wonder, of giving and receiving unconditional love. But we started using, we introduced an influence into our lives that slowly drove us away from those things. The further we pushed down the path of addiction, the further we withdrew from joy, wonder, and love. That journey was not taken overnight, but however long it took, we arrived at the doors of NA with more than just a drug problem. The influence of addiction had warped our whole pattern of living beyond recognition. The 12 steps worked miracles. 12 steps, 12 disciples. There's a lot of things in 12s. Our disease slowly influenced our spiritual development for the worse. Recovery introduces a new influence to our lives, a source of fellowship and spiritual strength, slowly impelling us into new, healthy patterns of living. This change, of course, doesn't just happen, but if we cooperate with the new influence NA has brought to our lives over time, we will experience the personality change we call recovery. It's also spiritual growth. The 12 steps provide us with a program for the kind of cooperation required to restore joy, wonder, and love to our lives. Just for today, I will cooperate with the new influence of fellowship and spiritual strength NA has introduced to my life. I will work the next step in my program. So, my message, this week's message in the group is the endocrine system. We talked about the endocrine system. And number one, the first point I want to make is the endocrine system is balance. It works with balance, um, aligns your body with ma'at. For anyone who is familiar with, hormones, that's all the endocrine system. They're glands, and these glands produce certain hormones that send messages to specific cells. So, what else does the endocrine system do? It deals with stress, organ functioning, the organs functioning properly. It manages fight or flight. And that's key. I want you guys to remember that. It manages fight or flight, affects your emotional state, your mood, sleep, regulates growth and development. Now, some people might say, well, recovery, Lord, what does the endocrine system have to do with addiction or recovery for that matter? Well, that's a good question. I get a lot of clients who tell me, and the last part where it regulates growth and development, I get a lot of clients who tell me, I feel like I'm stuck at the age I was when I first started using. And see, when you talk about regulates growth and development, you got to understand all the parts of the endocrine system to know that this is not just physical growth and development that we talking about. It's also spiritual growth and development. Why? Because the number one gland, the first gland in the endocrine system is the pineal gland, which produces melatonin, which helps a person go to sleep. And we watched the Black Panther when he drunk that purple elixir and he went to sleep. He was able to stand in front of the tree of life and speak with his father, and was also connected to the other great kings in his lineage. So that endocrine system, that pineal, excuse me, produces that melatonin. You need that to go to the astral plane. Not only that, when you sleep, your body rejuvenates itself, it repairs and restores itself. So you need that sleep. And a lot of people who suffer from the disease of addiction don't get enough sleep. They up turning up. But see, one thing I tell my clients is always understand that when you are turning up for today, you're sacrificing one of your tomorrows. Just know that. One of your potential tomorrows. The pancreas produces insulin, which helps sugar, glucose. If you don't have insulin, then you have an abundance of glucose. And we know what that disease is: diabetes. The pituitary gland is the master gland that controls all the other glands in the system. So it regulates all the other glands to function properly as they're supposed to. The thyroid is what does your metabolism and interacts with the melanin in your body. And for those who do not know, melanin is an antioxidant. What is an antioxidant? An antioxidant is something that reduces cellular damage and decay. So that's where the black don't crack. That's the science behind them saying black don't crack. What else? The pineal connects you to universal intelligence and your instincts. So when you do that, when you're drinking every damn day and getting high every damn day, you're basically calcifying your own pineal gland. And when you do that, those things are endocrine disruptors. So that's why it's a bar on every corner in Baltimore, and it's a shop on every other corner. And I can't name those shops because they be getting on me about that. I be saying where I used to go and do my thing. I called it my death march. I used to go and try to find the best place that had the best poison so I could poison myself. Adrenals, your adrenal glands. So your adrenal glands are two bumps that one sits on each one of your kidneys. That regulates your blood pressure. It produces adrenaline, and it also produces a hormone called cortisol. And remember that cortisol. It's a reason why the news is constantly promoting a victim mentality, victims of malpractice, victims of police brutality, victims of this, victims of that, to get a person emotional and to constantly get them in a perpetual state of fight or flight. So again, to go over, this is about the endocrine system. The endocrine system balances different parts of your body. It manages fight or flight. Please keep that in mind. Remember that. It affects your emotional state, your mood, your sleep. It regulates growth and development, both spiritually and physically. Now, this third point that I wanted to make is it's a psychological pathology. And we know that a pathology is a study of or it's a disease. So a psychological pathology is a psychological disease. The number one psychological disease that is caused by an endocrine system disruptor is PTSD. It is a psychological pathology that's based in fear. So PTSD we know is post traumatic stress disorder. It impairs daily functioning. It's a chronic state of irritation and is caused by overactive fight or flight responses and your body producing an excessive amount of cortisol. When you are constantly in fight or flight, you're supposed to do one or the other. If not, you're supposed to be at rest. So constant fight or flight actually ages you faster. By you being in that constant state, you're basically living on fast forward scan. So what they're doing is fast forwarding quicker to your death, quicker to your expiration. But a lot of people are turned on to a fast life, living a fast life. Well, I mean, what is the end of life? It's death. So you living a fast life, are you rushing to the end? That's idiotic. I don't know why a person would do that, but I'll say this much. This is what I learned. People don't make that decision. They allow their addiction to do the thinking for them. And they get out the driver's seat and they get in the passenger seat. And then I tell my clients eventually they get out the passenger seat and they in the damn back seat. And before you know it, they in the trunk. But that's what a drug is going to do. It's going to drag you. It's going to drag your ass. It's going to drag you down one in the Monument Street, cross the street, then drag you down the other. It is what it is. So this is partially where the war of addiction is taking place on a cellular level. And people who have a calcified pineal gland want you to calcify yours as well and maim yourself and cut yourself off from higher aspects of yourself. Cut that crown. You know the chakras, the seven chakras, and they color coded. And that crown chakra is purple. It's indigo. Most people these days are only regulating on their base chakra, the red, where they talking about money, hoes, and clothes. That's all a brother knows. Or it's just everything is materialistic. That's that base chakra. They don't go no far above that. That's all they are, basic. And once you're a certain age, being basic, you start to regret some of these decisions that you chose to make, which, most people, once they start having these feelings, they immediately want to take a pill to to make the feelings go away. Where some of these feelings motivate you to change and be better. Because I can't tell you how many times I got drunk and had to go back the next day and apologize to people for the dumb shit I was saying, for trying to, because before you start drinking, oh yeah, she like a sister. But after 3 shots, that ain't your damn sister, especially when the lights go out. So, this endocrine system disruptors. How do you do it? How do you avoid this? The best thing to do is one, stop using. If you or reduce harm reduction. If you still are drinking, then there's certain things you can do to boost your endocrine system. One is omega-3 fatty acids from fish, salmon, tuna. These help um, um, brain cells, broccoli, cauliflower, vegetables that's high in fiber can help you um, replenish your endocrine system. But this is a doozy, and this is why we are need to grows or have Negro mentalities. And you see people who are 50, 45, 50, trying to be the same OG, trying to be the same person they was in the early to mid 2000s. And that same OG don't even work for Genuine no more. So how you think it's gonna work for you? They been stopped riding that damn pony is what I say all the time. They been stopped riding that shit. So get up off. Stop. Stop what you're doing. Check yourself before you damn riggedy wreck yourself. So this is kind of a fast track group. This is the first one. So I'm doing this to get the feel of it. Um, Further along, we're going to do more where maybe people can call in or hit me up, ask questions, things like that. I want to do question and answers. I also will be doing a video and explaining how I got here because, I went from Barack Obama to Supreme Being to now Recovery Lord. And that happened once I realized the power of writing my own story. And hopefully, you guys who are willing to write your own story and tune into these groups can do the same. Be the author of your own your thing, and make sure you're the main character. Make sure you do that. Um, what else did I want to add to this? I think that's pretty much it. Um, Again, like this video, leave me some comments. If you want me to do more of these videos, like this video and let me know that. So it'll inspire me and motivate me to get better with this and to do more of this. So I also in groups with God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I hope Star Mason, Star Hockey, they used to mess the name Star Hockey. I want you to tune in. I'm gonna try to do these each week. I would like for you to tune in and to also give me feedback. I also would like each person, if they can, to, share with another person, get the word out that this is happening. Um, Again, I don't know a lot of editing. I'm on my own with this. So as I grow, things will get better. And I appreciate you paying me this attention. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your day.